Okay, so I just got the news that Rooster Teeth is shutting down, and I really wanted to talk about it. I'm very late to this party. Let's not even call it a party. It's actually quite sad. But, you know, they've done this for 21 years. It's not exactly a surprise that this happened. It has been kind of like touch and go for years now. And I was honestly like thinking many times that I've gone to their channels and kind of looked at the view counts, etc., etc. It kind of felt like they would have to shut down eventually, right? Like there's no way that they can keep a company with hundreds of people working, running when they barely get any views on their channels. Like the latest like Achievement Hunter videos that I watched, probably like 6 months ago. Actually, they shut down Achievement Hunter probably then, whatever. But when I looked at those numbers like a year ago or something, they were like in like the thousands. It was like maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. It was like really bad numbers considering that the channel has over 1 million views. Also, the other like Rooster Teeth content has kind of been touch and go here and there. I think the Rooster Teeth podcast is the one consistent product that they produce that has been very popular. I don't know about Ruby, I don't know about Red versus Blue, etc., etc. I watched Ruby, I didn't enjoy it personally, and I have watched Red versus Blue, but I think I stopped enjoying it after like, I don't remember when it was, but like when it got to being more of a show about action than the comedy, I kind of didn't like it anymore. Anyway, this is not about me criticizing Rooster Teeth, though, because this is a cultural touchstone for me personally. This is something that has actually informed how I act in the world. As cliche as that sounds, like so many of these people that were running this company and kind of producing content here were like people that I looked up to and what I found as funny. Like, look at this classic moment in Rooster Teeth history.
That's probably me. Yeah, it's me. I don't have anything. Oh, what's this? Is this a button? What's this? Look, what is this?
What is it?
Look, it looks like a button.
It's no buttons.
Yeah, it's a button. What's it do?
Did you push the button?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
That's terrifying.
what does it do?
Uh,
Oh! 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 God! What the fuck was?
Michael had the best reactions in these videos. It was so funny. This was so freaking funny to me when I was like 12. It was great. Not 12. I'm bad at counting. Well, anyway, 11 years ago. This was funny to me. And it got to the point where, you know, when Jeff and Gavin built these like elaborate like puzzles for the other achievement hunters, I also started building stuff for my friends in Minecraft. That's the inspiration. And just like overall with the achievement hunter crew, like I have absorbed so much of my personality from the humor that they had between the guys, honestly. It's kind of embarrassing to admit, but a big part of my personality is based on on someone like Jeff, for example. That kind of like weird, snarky, semi-quasi positivity, but also kind of cynicism. And like overall, like these are the guys that recommended It's Always Sunny to me. Like that's my favorite show of all time nowadays. I've seen it many times, and that's just because Jeff kept talking about that show. That's the reason I watched it originally. Also, someone like Bernie Burns and Gus were like someone I thought a lot about and kind of based my humor around. This was not the first podcast that I listened to, but this was one of the larger ones that I started to listen to. Probably even before this, like, were, you know, Project Lore, Dignation, Totally Rad Show, those kind of shows. But this was the first podcast that I started to listen to where people were kind of just hanging out, if that makes sense. And it was one of those shows where, you know, I'm Finnish, and they started to talk about certain cultural products that weren't available in Finland yet, and I would listen to the podcast, and then when that cultural product came to Finland, I would watch it, like it, and recommend it to others. And it was kind of this like gateway to the culture of America before it was in Finland, if that makes any sense. For example, I started watching Breaking Bad originally because these guys recommended Breaking Bad on their podcast. So yeah, in that sense, it was just kind of this cultural export, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, it's sad to see them go. Overall, everyone saw this coming, and it's still sad, but you know, it's kind of this weird thing where they had a very bad run of luck. I don't think it can be called luck even, but you know, I don't know where I don't want to even call it a downfall or something cliche like that. I don't want to say that, but like, it's tough to say when the cracks started to appear because, like, I think Ludwig put it well in his Rooster Teeth video where they have been growing consistently even in like 2018, 2017, and I definitely had already jumped off the boat at that point. I think my first inclination of stopping watching was when Ray left Achievement Hunter. I kind of watched back then, but kind of stopped watching because Ray was my favorite guy in Achievement Hunter. But like overall, like thinking like Monty Ohm, that's a dark part of the history. I mean, not even dark, like a sad part of the history because it happened so suddenly. But I'm not gonna like try to connect like Monty Ohm to the downfall of Rooster Teeth. That would be just super distasteful, and I don't know what I'm saying at this point. But like, it's one of those things where there are so many people working in the company, and with this like parasocial relationship, people kind of pick their favorites. Like for me, Ray was the reason that I watched Achievement Hunter, and kind of like Jeff at some points, but not really. But I don't know. Jeff was kind of the podcast guy for me, and Ray was the Achievement Hunter guy for me. But yeah, there was also the Ryan Haywood situation and Adam Kovic situation and the workplace environment situation. Like it has been a tough road the few past years. It has not been easy, and I'm not surprised to see them go eventually. But we shouldn't think about it in that way. They did something great, considering that like Red versus Blue was started with a Xbox console and just like 4 guys speaking into shitty mics and doing machinima animation, like with the thumbsticks. That's great. The fact that they could make a company from just that over 21 years is something that should be celebrated, although there are the darker moments in their history. Yeah, I'm sad to see them go. I think there is one AWU where I actually am in. I sent them AWU used to take these, like, send us a video of yourself saying, this is AWU, da-da-da-da-da, or it's something like, this is Finland in da-da-da-da-da, and this is AWU number blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna try to find that. I'm in one of those. I hope I can find it, but yeah. This is AWU 167 from sunny Finland. Unfortunately, I haven't been watching in years. Anyway, I hope everyone lands on their feet. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.